What's going on, guys? It's Team Blue Falcon here, coming at you with Exosister. Similar list to the one that just took YCS Niagara. We're on it. Another rogue deck topping YCS and undefeated at that, getting first place. And this time it wasn't flu, So after I was top 16, there was 2 Exosisters and 2 flu. So we had 4 rogue decks in the top 16. That is phenomenal. And literally surrounded by nothing but tier elements. Reason why this was such a great meta call, it just comes down to what the deck can play and how it interacts with the grave. Tier elements being such a heavy grave reliant combo, there's a deck in general that actually just focuses completely on grave. If you shut that off, you just kind of win. And this deck really capitalizes on decks that are grave reliant. So we'll get into the list real quick. Shout out to the Exosister group on Facebook. Definitely been having a hard time learning the deck since just picked it up, and they're pretty helpful with combos and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. The list is 40 cards. This list is 41 cards. It is the list that topped the YCS. My list actually is only 3 cards different, and I'll point out those 3 cards when I get there. Obviously, the dude is an expert, so let's just go forward with the nunmommies. We're playing 1 Irene and 3 Elise. You really don't. Irene is I was only playing her at 2, but I think dropping her down to 1 is actually super beneficial. It's not the best. And we're playing 3 of the most important names: 3 Stella, 3 Ellis, at least 3 Sophia, and the best girl, Martha. Martha really just made the deck so much better. Really just put it over the top. Being able to remove cards from your opponent's graveyard, and boom, done. Easy. Just adds massive consistency. Opening Martha is just a free win, especially going first. So that is our Exosister line. Now we'll go into our hand traps. These are the 9 hand traps I've been playing in Exosister. Just 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 3 Shifter. I wanted to play the most impactful hand traps, and as you see, all the Exosister lists are basically playing these 9 core hand traps with DD Crows either in main or side, Gammas either in main or side. So I just wanted to be the most consistent and have a nice basic core of hand traps. So we'll go on to Exosister traps. One of the big differences in my list, I was playing 3 Returnia and 3 of Vadis, but we're playing 2 and 2 now. We don't necessarily need 3 and 3. Slim it down, have a little bit more consistency, more blowout cards, etc. Spells. The good old Called By. Some consistency cards. We're playing 3 Pot of Prosperity. This is nuts. Real 6 cards. Grab Martha, grab Pax. Basically any other consistency name that is going to give you a board to disrupt your opponent, make it playable, and gain board control like this deck prospers off of. Super great. Gotta love it. And then some blowouts. We are obviously playing 3 Dark Ruler. Best card in the deck. Not really. Best blowout card in the game. You don't need to OTK if you can get board control. I want to say Dark Ruler YouTube, but it is what it is. And the infamous Mystic Mine, followed by the 1 Necro Valley. Granted, this deck does focus around removing cards from the graveyard, and people will be like, why Necro Valley, right? And from judging from what I've been playtesting with, and obviously the guy who got first place, right? The Shifter guy, as the internet is calling him. This is great. Like, this literally does stop so many decks. Oh, I can't touch cards in the graveyard. Cards that activate in the graveyard don't resolve, I believe. The deck's card's been eroded so many times, it's been annoying. And then one terraforming, just to get those pieces, followed by 3 packs, and then 1 Carpet Beam, whatever, can't pronounce that name. It really took me a long time to realize that the Carpet Beam card can actually stop Nib, so that is super cool. So when you are pushing game, you have that on board, you can call Nib, and it will not activate. Super neat. Some fun facts I learned from that Facebook group. So another card that differed from my list, from the first place list, I was not playing the Daybreaker Link. I've never even read that card, never even seen that card, and now it should be here in about a week. Great pickup. For those who do not know what that glorious link does, 2 spellcaster monsters. If this card is linked, someone place 1 spell counter on it and it gains 300 attack for each spell counter. You can only activate each of the following effects of Daybreaker, the Shining Magic Warrior, once per turn. If a spellcaster monster or monsters is special summoned to a zone or zones this card points to, place 1 spell counter on this card. You can remove 2 spell counters and then from this card, then target 1 card on the field to destroy it. So it's a free spot removal. Super cool, especially if you have Vitus or whatever. You special, do your link thing, Guvadis, get yourself some counters, pop a card, go into Mommy Milker Michaelis, and boom, there you go. Another banish, another search. Consistency. But instead of playing that card, I was actually just playing another Gibrine. We're gonna go with Gibrine. So this is that link. That's super glorious. And the other link we are playing is the Light Charmer, because Light Charmer is busted. All the Charmers are busted. Now for Exosister names, for 1-ofs we are playing 1 Fossil and 1 Gibrine. And for 2-ofs we are playing 2 Cascatel. I'm going to butcher all these names because I'm not good with reading. But 2 of these, obviously there's way better options. They're more of the make it on your opponent's turn cards, right? And then the best one in the extra deck is Michaelis. She is the banish. She is a searcher. She's everything this deck needs for consistency. This is the card. And we are playing 2 Magnifica. I was playing 3 because it sounded fun, and Zeus is good. Rather have a Zeus and 2 Magnificas. Now for the generics, 1 Dagaga. This is something I've just been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, and this is one of my favorite Xyz. Just a little cheeky burn. Sometimes it wins you games, sometimes it doesn't. Make it in time, burn. That's always great. That's annoying. But that's a possibility. You can do that now. Utopia package. Because Utopia package. And Zeus. So going over why this deck is so good. Any deck that can play Shifter and benefit from it is automatically phenomenal and goes so hard into the meta. The meta call was great. There was like 90% tiers in that top cut. It just, like, this deck just poops on tier, and that's great. We want to poop on tier. All of us rogue players, we want to just gotta make the right meta call, and this was it for this format. I'm really excited to see what YCS Minneapolis, which is, I think, in 2 weeks. No, it's October. Anyways, really excited to see, because that's gonna be the Beasted. Will be dropping the day before YCS, so they will be legal for that. It's going to be a great time to see what meta calls were going to be good for there. I'm expecting to see some Labyrinth be a good one as the next trap control variant deck. I'm not really thinking Eldritch will do too well in that, especially going into Runic. And like Beastage, banishing all their stuff. Tiers will still be extremely strong. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time over in Minneapolis, and then YCS Pasadena coming in at November. So And we got one remote duel in the first week of December. So if we don't get a ban list, this is going to be a real toxic, real fun format. You already all saw the OCG list. I'm really hoping to see something similar to that. But don't forget to go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the rest of the channel for some live duels and watch me struggle playing Exosister on Twitch. I go live Wednesdays and Fridays, 7:30 or 8 p.m. depending on when I get off work, Pacific time. Just swing on descriptions in the bio. Y'all have a good rest of your night and happy Wednesday.